shares of Apple are little changed in after hours, up 0.7%. Apple stock has been rather volatile the past few weeks, especially after the company reported iPhone sales that failed to meet expectations. But Steve Wozniak, the engineer who founded Apple along with Steve Jobs, thinks Apple still has its groove. Wozniak made a special appearance at the AppsWorld Conference in San Francisco, where Mark New joins us live with the details. So Mark, what else did the Woz have to say?
Well, if you ever get a chance to hear Steve Wozniak speak, it won't take long for you to notice how fast his mind works. Woz, as he's known, had plenty to say today, offering his ideas on whether the computer is close to emulating a human brain, with the short answer being no. But he also offered his views on the state of the current technology market. Wozniak thinks Apple hasn't lost its edge, hinting that his old company just may have a surprise or two in the works.
Oh my God, I might actually have a computer.
Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak single-handedly invented both the Apple I and Apple II computers. So even when he talks at his typically frenetic pace, people pay attention. Woz, whose only connection to Apple these days are his shares in the company, believes Apple's current formula is the correct one.
I think that Apple takes a long time to get products so good. I believe that the great products really come from secret development. You put small teams of great people on them, and they aren't bothered and hounded by other people commenting on what they're doing while they're doing it. I pick up Samsung phones and I can say, smile, and it takes the picture, and it's got all these neat little fun, playing with things, but how much innovation is that? That's just trying a lot of features.
Audiences were also left wondering whether Woz hinted that Apple's rumored iWatch could shake up the market. He criticized the current crop of smartwatches, including Samsung's Galaxy Gear.
So far as I can tell, you can't even speak to it. And I like to do everything with my voice. It's a non-thinking mode. The screen is going to be too small. 30 companies are going to come out with these little screens that all look the same. Some company somewhere is going to do such a different style, something so different with wearable technology, everybody's going to say, that is the way.
Maybe Apple will come out with something like, this is something I need, I can talk to it. He mentioned, I want to be able to talk to it. Maybe you're going to be able to talk to it. Maybe it'll have Siri capabilities, things like that.
And then Woz started thinking even more outside the box, at least with the thought that may have Apple CEO Tim Cook feeling a bit uneasy. Woz threw out the idea that Apple could make Android phones since the platform is open.
They could have an iOS platform and an Android platform and steal a lot of sales from Samsung. I think now we've gotten to the point that most people choose iOS, the iPhone, or anti-iPhone. Choose Android. I think the decision isn't that you're going to rob sales from yourself so much.
I mean, that'd be great if there was an Android operating system on an Apple device. I think that would actually give a lot of opportunities for people to switch over.
Wozniak admitted that Apple's leadership would grasp better than he does the impact of such a decision on Apple's balance sheets. But he believes Android customers might enjoy a touch of Apple's styling. And just because Woz founded Apple doesn't mean he can't find good in any other products like Google Glass, which he says he'd love to try out some more. He was also frank when asked about his opinion on the latest wave of smart TVs. He says he doesn't watch any TV at all, so he's not the best person to ask. And when asked whether he had any regrets in his career and would do things differently with the knowledge he has now, he produced a simple formula, H equals S minus F. That apparently stands for happiness equals smiles minus frowns. Since regrets make you frown, there's no reason to revisit them. Simple logic there, Michelle.
Happiness equals smiles minus frowns. Well, you know what they say, Mark. Regret is temporary. Fear is forever. Now, Wozniak used to speak quite openly about Steve Jobs, the late Steve Jobs. Did he offer any opinion on Tim Cook or on Apple's current leadership overall?
I posed the question to Wozniak during the Q&A session, specifically what was his review of CEO Tim Cook's work so far. He said that because there are typically a lot of products already in the queue, it's very hard to judge. He says so many people want to judge Cook solely based on whether he's able to bring to market something that nobody ever expected. But something earth-shattering does not, nor never did, come out of Apple every single year. So with that philosophy, Woz says he doesn't want to weigh in until Cook's been in at least 2 years, and that would be this August. So perhaps Tim Cook should prepare himself for that day, maybe Judgment Day for him. Michelle.
All right, Mark, hopefully more smiles, less frowns for Tim Cook and for everyone. Thanks so much, Mark New, live in Silicon Valley.